Alright guys, welcome to another video. My apologies, it's been so long since I've done a video. I have been busy. I say that every time. But I've really been busy. Things have been going pretty crazy. Work and life and all that. And I haven't filmed in a while. Also, I film with my iPhone and a fold-out table, so forgive me there. I am making this deck profile, the Dark Magician deck profile, due to what happened at my locals Monday night. My locals, I went to a Brothers of Legend box tournament, and I took first place. I know, pretty crazy that Dark Magician took first place. There was a lot of Invoked, some good DPE. I think I went against Cyber Dragons, and yeah, Cyber Dragons and Invoked like 3 times or something. It was pretty interesting. There was definitely a lot of DPE, but there was just a lot of, Dragoon control coming from my end. It's a very powerful deck in terms of Dark Magician, so if you're looking to do better at Dark Magician, I suggest trying some of this. I am going to start out with 2 Dark Magician. I have both the Gold Rare from Maximum Gold and Maximum Gold Eldorado. I also have the 1 Gold Rare Red Eyes Black Dragon. 3 of the bricks that we hate to see in our hand. Everyone's going to tell you, play Dark Magician at 3 is a Dark Magician build. You don't have to listen to them. Spoiler alert. So there's a couple of the bricks. I'm also playing the 1 Palladium Oracle Mana. Mana works great as a send off of souls, and you can use souls to get into Verte, get Dragoon out, and then turn on your Soul Servant for a draw 2. So that's pretty strong. Also, the little recovery effect. Sometimes I get impermed on my souls or something, or they imperm my Magician's Rod, which sadly still is at common rarity. So forgive me there. I'll upgrade him one day. Magician's Rod, normal summon to the deck. I play it at 3. It works pretty decent. Sometimes it will get ashed, and sometimes that's okay. Sometimes you try and do that just so that way, they ash your Rod for the search, and you go into Verte, they're not going to ash Verte then, because I've already ashed your Rod. One of our best monsters of the deck, Magician's Souls. I did not have this in my deck for a while, and I didn't go to locals for a while, and then I just bought these directly out of Brothers of Legend. I'm like, I need them. The reprint happened. I got them, and they are amazing. It's a perfect 2-card combo with Rod and Souls. Souls, send mana. Rod, do your searching. Typically, you'll search out the Soul Servant if you don't have it. If you do have Soul Servant, sometimes I'll even search the 2nd Soul Servant for backup, or to use in case I just have Rod and nothing else. But Soul Servant is almost always your target with Rod. Link off for the Verte. You've got Mana Engrave, and now you have Dark Magician Engrave, provided Verte goes through, and your Soul Servant can draw 2. Typical Dark Magician combo. I'm still playing the Dogmatika package. I play 2 Ecclesia. I think that this is probably not the best for Dark Magician anymore, but it was doing okay. I managed at one point to normal summon Ecclesia, no effect, link off for Artemis, and then Monster Reborn out the Ecclesia, no effect, and then link into Verte. It was a very backdoor way to get to my Dragoon, but it did kind of work. I think I got ashed on the Verte, but other than that, one Fleur-de-Lis. Fleur-de-Lis will probably stay in the deck even if I cut Dogmatika out. It's a pretty good extender for getting into Dragoon as well. If you normal Rod, link for Artemis, effective Fleur to come out, and then you have Verte. So it's just the special summons that you got to work on in Dark Magician. I am playing 3 hand traps. I'm playing 3 Droll. I'm noticing the Ash isn't necessarily needed right now, but also could be needed with Fusion Destiny and DPE coming out. It's getting pretty crazy, but I've been doing pretty good against DPE. So Droll works really good against Invoked, and I'm seeing a lot of Invoked. And I know Droll works pretty good against, I believe it's Sword Soul. I've played them once. I don't really know what's going on. Red Eyes Fusion. Here's to you, my friend Loza. I am playing 3. 2 of them are commons. We're going to fix that. Since I got first place in the box tournament, I did get half a box of Brothers Legend, and in opening it, I did get replacements for these 2 Red Eyes Fusion, so I will be replacing them with the upgrade. We have 3 Soul Servant. I don't know if I need to explain myself. Stack, draw. Dark Magician's good at drawing cards if it works. That's typically the Dark Magician archetype, is to draw cards, and then draw cards, and then draw cards. And in case you didn't know yet, draw cards. Soul Servant, very good target for Rod. I play the 1 Circle. It doesn't work. I did kind of misplay a little on it in my final round. Someone turned off one of my trap cards. I was able to use it. And then I wasn't able to add anything because obviously Dark Magical Circle only works good in pure Dark Magician builds. And even still, it's not that great because it's a pure Dark Magician build. The 1 Salvation, you know what that's about. It sets Eternal Soul. You can send it off of Souls. We do what we do. I am playing the 2 Sky Striker cards for the 1 card Verte combo. I do not have Eagle Booster, so I don't even know what it does, but I've heard of it so many times. I've looked it up a few times. My brain's not working. I don't know what it does right now. I know it does something with Verte. Might look into getting that, but I guess we're wondering about the ban list, aren't we? I'm recording this on the 18th, the day after the ban list is supposed to drop. It could have dropped in the middle of recording. It could have dropped before I upload. Life happens, I guess. 3 Nadir Servant. I love this card. I love Dogmatika. And Nadir Servant, it helps Dogmatika. Because it is Dogmatika. Also, it's a nice card. I don't know what else to say. I play 3 Nadir. I do have targets in this deck because I am playing Dogmatika in the build. We've got the 1 Upstart. If you don't know what Upstart does, you should probably watch a different video before this one. Magicalized Fusion. I have to say that Magicalized Fusion got sided out of this deck build quite a bit. It doesn't really work with the way that my deck is currently set up, and it wasn't very helpful. It takes a lot to try and get all of the spellcasters in the grave for the banish effect. And I don't have a second Dragoon at the moment. Or do I? We'll talk about that later, guys. One Monster Reborn. One Called by the Grave. Called by the Grave and Ash, when you're going up against DPE, is going to save you. Let DPE send whatever it has to send. Let it do it. Called by the Grave on DPE. It's going to activate its effect to return. Chain Called. He's banished now. You don't have to worry about him. Most people are playing Celestial. And Celestials, the draw cards. I know that whenever I draw 2 cards, it helps. So if my opponent draws 2 cards, and my opponent usually has better luck than me, I need to ash that. So I usually ash the Celestial. Talents. Talents actually helped me a lot last night. Someone Dragooned something I was doing. I took his Dragoon, and he just had the Verite from there. I think it was the Cyber Dragon player. I pulled out Ecclesia, I swung, and then I linked off into my own Verite. Whenever using Triple Tactics talent against any boss monster like that, link the boss monster away. Pretty good idea. Now on to some of the traps. We've got the 1 Eternal Soul. So the 1 Circle, the 1 Salvation, the 1 Eternal Soul. 1-ofs and Dark Magician work pretty good. Most of the Dark Magician cards can be bricks. How do you like that? Eternal Soul, we know what it does. It's pretty good, but it's also pretty bad. Pretty bad in saying that when it's destroyed, wipes your field. And I don't know about you guys, whenever mine's destroyed, I don't have Dragoon. They've already outed Dragoon. Also, Dragoon can get outed pretty easy, so it's interesting. I have, right now, 1 Gozen match. I'm looking to get the 2 more. This never came up. It was always there. I knew I'd eventually need it. I just never saw it. It just didn't happen. I guess that sucks to suck. I have the 1 Skill Drain. Skill Drain baited a negate for me when I needed it. It kind of helped there. Skill Drain, we know what it does. And the 1 Dogmatika Punishment. This is definitely going to come out of the deck if I don't need the Dogmatika package anymore. And I don't think I'm going to need the Dogmatika package once Illusion of Chaos comes. Illusion of Chaos is going to be able to unbrick the hand. And the Dogmatika package does pretty good at kind of getting to where you have to go even if you have a bricked hand. So I think Illusion of Chaos is going to solve more problems than Dogmatika is for our build. We'll see. We'll test it out. And then I also play Imperial Order. I learned from a couple of the good YouTubers that Dark Magician is good if you get Dragoon Imperial Order. Activate your Imperial Order in standby phase. At best, they'll be able to like MST or Cosmic Cyclone. Whatever, at that point, you can Dragoon negate. Or you can let it go through and see if they play their board. I don't see why you do that. You'd obviously Dragoon negate that. That is the main deck, folks. It works pretty good for me. And I think it'll work pretty good for most of the Dark Magician players. We're going to move on to our extra deck. The extra deck is pretty standard, I'd say, for the main deck. I have the 1 Dragoon. This is why Magicalized is not very good in my build. And I've been saying all night that I really need a second Dragoon. It's going to help the deck a lot more. They're going to out their Dragoon and forget about Verite, or they're not going to swing into it, or whatever. They're going to get rid of Dragoon with a Kaiju, and then maybe set up a small board to try and stop you. Verite is stronger than Dragoon. Let's talk about that. The 1 Quintet. Quintet is mainly another backup monster. I like having him, but I never use him. Let's be honest. the Dark Magicians. I have to say, I love this card. I love Dark Magician. But this card isn't good. It's just not. I wish it were, but it's just not. We have our Nadir targets with 2 Entis. Entis has always been a Nadir target. For me, anyway. I like sending it. I was going to play Titanclad in here, but then I'm moving away from the Dogmatika package. And then 1 Omega. I know Omega's pretty good at outing DPE, but I've been outing DPE with the Called by the Grave. So that's it for Fusion and Nadir targets. I play 1 Artemis. If you do not play Artemis, you are not a good Dark Magician player. We do not have a good Link 1. Play Artemis. Link Rebo. Pretty good with the Sky Striker package. Also pretty good if you need to get souls off the field. I don't really see why you need to, but sometimes it can be helpful. 1 Imduct. It's a dragon target if you don't have the red eyes available for some reason. It's already in the grave or whatever. Imduct's going to also come in handy when I get the second Dragoon. I also play Kagari and Kaina in the Sky Striker package. Sky Striker package is just a 1-card Verte. I have double Verte. I believe I purchased the gold one recently and put it in the deck. It doesn't really work unless you have 2 Dragoons. I'm just saying that off of 1 night of experience, but I don't really think it's going to work too much unless you have both Dragoons. Usually if you're going to get the first Dragoon onto the field, you're going to have the Verte. And sometimes they'll forget it, sometimes they won't. If they don't, you can just build back into it and then send another Red Eyes Fusion or the Magical Eyes Fusion. If you send another Red Eyes Fusion, though, you're going to need to get Red Eyes Black Dragon back into your deck somehow. We don't have a way there, so that's also another thing. If Verte gets negated, you could pull out like the Ecclesia or the Fleur-de-Lis, no effect, and then link back into another Verte. Either in another turn or whatever it takes. Other boss monsters, we've got Selene. Selene is a Link 3 access code, especially in Dark Magician. Selene, you get the counters, bring back any spellcaster. You can bring back Dark Magician, you can bring back Souls, doesn't matter. 3, plus your spellcaster is 4, access code. Target Selene, you got 53 beat stick. You cannot go wrong with Selene and access code in a Dark Magician deck. You really can't. And if you play enough extenders, Selene is easy to get to. I also have side cards. I'm playing 3 Imperm. Imperm really never came up for me. Maybe that was my choice of not really siding it in that much, but it just didn't come up that much for me. I finally have 3 Nibiru. I apologize for my gold one. It is a little bent here. I didn't realize that it was bent when I bought it. And I saw it, and I'm like, that's not cool. And then I looked and realized that I bought a damaged one. Well, it wasn't damaged on TCG Player. It was, I think, moderately played. But that is some damage. I play 3 Ash. If you can't tell, I love the gold cards. They warp a lot easier, but they are pretty. Some people don't like them. I like them. I don't know. I think they're pretty. We all know what Ash does. If you don't know what Ash does, again, go watch a different YouTube video before you watch this one. I also play 1 Terraforming and 2 Secret Village of the Spellcasters. Secret Village is just a field spell version of Imperial Order, especially if you have Dragoon on the field. Dragoon will be able to stop your monster effects in that case. And Dragoon turns on Secret Village, where it's kind of the same thing with Imperial Order, but Imperial Order is limited to 1. This is a way that you could play 4. I just play 3 with the terraforming. Also, terraforming can also reach me Salvation, as well as my other spicy tech that I like to play, Mystic Mine. If you're not playing Mystic Mine and Dark Magician, you're probably smart. If you're playing Mystic Mine and Dark Magician, you're probably really smart. The reason I say this is you're going to go to activate Mystic Mine with the sole intention of baiting a negate. You want to bait the negate. You're going to have 3 to 4 Mystic Mine with the terraforming, being 4. You activate your Mystic Mine, they negate it. They do whatever they have to. They do their monster negate with Dragoon or Boral Sword, or they send it with DPE, or whatever they do. Then you slap down Red Eyes Fusion. If you slap down Red Eyes Fusion, and they've already used up their negate, and you know they don't have Ash, Red Eyes Fusion will resolve. And it's going to happen. So that's the side deck, guys. I've managed to get to Dragoon quite a few ways in this deck. And it's been pretty good. And like I've been saying, I've been needing a second Dragoon for this deck. And it was a Brothers of Legend box set that we played for. In this set that I won half the cards, I chose the box, and then we opened it, we got it all divvied up, and I'm like, this feels like it could be pretty good. I present to you my second Dragoon, guys. This is my first ever Starlight Rare. This is big. I'm kid you not, I think not only me, but my judge that saw this happen nearly cried. I love Dark Magician. It's my favorite deck. And for my first Starlight to be Dragoon was just monumental. And I think that says enough about it. I'm going to update this deck right now and add in this Dragoon and some of my rarity upgrades. And then I'm going to continue to hit the refresh page on my computer and wait for the ban list. You guys take it easy, all right? Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. And if this video gets, how about 50 likes? Can we go for 50 likes on our very first actual, like, video? I don't know if this is a video, but let's go for, can we get 50 likes? Can you guys give me 50 likes? If you give me 50 likes, then that'll tell me that you guys actually want to see some of my content. And that'll definitely motivate me. I don't know about you guys, but it'll motivate me. And I'll feel good. And then I'll make more stuff. And then we can become friends or something. So, thanks a lot, guys. Again, like, comment, subscribe. If we get 50 likes, I'll do test hands. Peace.